ki sona mi yo to cham je za ve pe la yo rin do ni do na be de Pinjo rama sa me pe le do che se su de ka de la che be ke sa nyo wa nyo do ze ten da tin se chap si ra ri le che be le so no jo yon tan te ka wa ya tha du be ke wo na tu ze ko de tu chin kyong wa so so na kon bo je des 세제 계획 정하는 관진심 용서야 la kan be tesan de nyu do cha wa shong nang do che ni sa me de de ta cho sum tu ji do de ji dong le de lo me de tu ta cha ki dembe me la dembe nyo do sho chan jo sem jo rim bo che ma ye ba na ke gyu che ke wa nyam ba me ba kon kon do pe ba sho chan jo sem jo rim bo che ma ye ba na ke gyu ke wa nyam ba me ba ya kon do pe ba sho chan jo sem jo rim bo ma ye ba na ke gyu che ke wa nyam ba me ba kon kon do pe ba sho kang de ra be ko we shin gam so pen da de wa ma le che re se wa tin tin ge so ye sha be se de ba do ye 강디라베 고베 신간소 펜다 대화말레 제레와 땡땡겨서 이 샤베 시대 봐도 강디라베 고베 신간소 펜다 대화말레 제레세와 땡땡겨서 이 시대 Hello. A moment.
Before like to read the prayer of the words of truth that we just sang in the Tibetan language, but I want to read it in English as well, just to make a greater understanding of this unique prayer the Dalai Lama wrote in 1960, right after his escape from occupied Tibet. The prayer of the words of truth. Buddhas, bodhisattvas, and disciples throughout time, having qualities infinite as the endless ocean, seeing each living being as your only child, please heed my true and anguished cries. Buddha's teachings dispel the pain of existence and denial, spread happiness and prosperity throughout this world. May the learned and accomplished holders of the Dharma cause the tenfold virtuous practices to prevail. Sentient beings tormented by suffering without cease, trapped by endless negative deeds, may their unbearable fears of disease, famine, and war be relieved by an ocean of bliss. Especially the people of the land of snows, mercilessly conquered by barbaric forces of evil. May their rivers of blood and tears be swiftly halted by the power of compassion. Those who are driven mad by the demons of negative emotions, bringing ruin to all by their reckless actions, may such beings learn what to embrace and what to abandon, and finally meet with true and loving friends. May the complete object of my most heartfelt yearning complete freedom for all of Tibet be soon realized. And may we be swiftly granted the good fortune to enjoy the joyous celebration of spiritual with temporal rule. O protector Chenrezig, Buddha of love and compassion, care for them, all who have suffered terribly, sacrificing their wealth, their bodies, and their precious lives for the nation, for the people, and for the Dharma. May all the vast prayers of aspiration the Lord Buddha of love and compassion Chenrezig made for the land of Tibet before the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas swiftly come to positive fulfillment here and now. And through the profoundness and the deep understanding of the interdependence of appearance and emptiness, and through the power of the compassionate three jewels and the words of truth, and through the strength of the infallible law of cause and effect, may this our prayer of truth be unhindered and swiftly fulfilled. Written by the 9th day of the 8th month Iron Mouse year of 1960 by the Buddhist monk Tenzin Gyatso, His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. So please join us now in 1 minute of silence for all those who have died under the Chinese Communist Party, whether in Tibet, Hong Kong, Mongolia, Taiwan, all those who are not here with us anymore for the last 70 decades. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Thank you. Next, Damcho comes all the way from Los Angeles. He flew in today from Los Angeles to be here to represent the International Tibet Network. Please welcome Damcho.
Thanks, Giovanni. I want to say good afternoon and hello, my fellow sisters, Tibetans, my Tibetan brothers and sisters. Thank you for showing up in such good numbers earlier at the NBC office, where we delivered this letter, which is signed by human rights organizations. The letter essentially urges NBC to not telecast the Beijing Olympic Games. And so it was a wonderful event earlier, lots of people and good coverage. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone. As Giovanni introduced me, I am Tho Tenzin Thamje. I am a local Tibetan from Southern California, and I represent International Tibetan Network. First, I would like to thank other 15 organizations that helped put together this event. Second, I want to say congratulations and thank you to the leaders of the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Lithuania, for coming out and announcing that they will diplomatically boycott the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. I applaud their gesture. However, I would reiterate that this is not going far enough. this is being soft on China. We want total and complete boycott of the Beijing Olympic Games. What do we want? Boycott, right? That's what we want. So, brothers, sisters, we strive until there's a good resolution. Also, I want to thank WTA, Women's Tennis Association, for canceling all tours in China, because we don't know where the Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai is. We don't. The holy Tibetan Lama Panchen CCP embassy and the CCP government about the doctrine of the Communist Chinese Party's doctrine of concealment, co-option, and coercion, and corruption. We ask Chinese government to be transparent about its human rights abuses on the global stage. The CCP government, headed by Xi Jinping, conceals the truth about Tibet and what they have done to the Uyghurs and what they do to all the other ethnic Muslims, the Uzbeks, the Kazakhs, and all the flexing of muscles in Taiwan and South China Sea. So we say the CCP government is not fit to hold such Olympic Games that are like on a global stage. It is a symbolism of humanity, human rights, and freedom. And why did International Olympic Committee have Beijing host the Olympic Games? I say International Olympic Committee is in bed with the CCP, Xi Jinping's government, because knowing the charter of the International Olympic Committee, humanity before anything else, before competition, before games. What happened to that? Just because International Olympic Committee gets billions of dollars from China for giving them the rights to games doesn't mean they have to sell their soul. Again, under Xi Jinping's government, Tibetans have no human rights. Tibetans don't have freedom of speech, no freedom of religion. Simply having the portrait of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in their homes, people are criminalized and implicated with law. Just recently, 3 months ago, in the Kham region of Tibet, in a town called Zawangpo, 113 Tibetans have been detained and questioned. What was their crime? Their crime was simply having the Dalai Lama's picture inside their house. More than 2 million Uyghurs, Uzbeks, Kazakhs, they are in re-education camps, so-called concentration camps, undergoing systematic torture, brainwash, and rape. In Hong Kong, the CCP government passed this draconian law It's called the National Security Act that penalizes and criminalizes anybody that's outside like us protesting. Imagine if we protest and we are locked up in the jail. That's the kind of law CCP government is capable of, and that's what they passed in Beijing. So if you look at the Freedom House report, Tibet ranks #1 in the worst human rights condition and abuses next to Syria. That's how bad it is. If you look at this, all the activity, military buildup in South China Sea, China has been militarily very aggressive in the South China Sea. They have been having fighting with the Indians. So China has really destabilized the peace and risen the tension in the subcontinent. China employs a wolf warrior mentality of politics and diplomacy. They buy votes in the United Nations Security Council or United Nations by programs like Belt and Road, Confucius Institute. So we have to know what the CCP government is capable of. And so lastly, before I pass on the mic to my good friend Giovanni here, I want to say one final thoughts. On the global stage, China likes to conceal all the human rights abuses in Tibet and in East Turkestan. The southern Mongolians are suffering. The Hong Kongers are suffering. So we know that the CCP government likes to conceal on the global stage. So we would like to kind of open the curtain and show what CCP government is capable of. They are capable of running 2 million people concentration camps. Finally, I want to thank all of you guys, my human rights supporters, and my fellow Tibetan brothers, sisters who are here. Like I said, I flew in this morning from Los Angeles. I'll do this event and I fly back in the evening. So please keep in mind, all of us, not just Tibetans, Hong Kongers, the Uyghurs, the Taiwanese, the people who love democracy, it's on our shoulder to seek the truth and to spread the truth. Only we can do it. If we don't do it, we have 6 million Tibetans in Tibet that are counting on us. We are simply not satisfied with just holding a job and living the American dream. Each one of us has responsibility to be the voice for the 6 million voiceless Tibetans. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tenzin Damchala, for your speeches and all your work to help organize this event and coming all the way from LA and speaking with us here today. There's many groups here today, and I just want to also acknowledge everyone here, not only the International Tibet Network, the Tibetan Association of Northern California, Bay Area Friends of Tibet, the San Francisco Regional Tibetan Youth Congress, Santa Barbara Friends of Tibet, the Tibetan Association of Southern California, U.S. Hong Konger Club, Humanitarian China, China Democracy Party, the Chinese Democracy Education Foundation, Uyghur SF Bay Area, Northern California Hong Kong Club, Students for Hong Kong, Far East Freedom Youth League, Visual Artists Guild, and Milk Tea Alliance. And so give a warm round of applause just for all of you taking time out of your day today and doing the right thing and showing up here today. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite as a speaker is from San Francisco Regional Tibetan Youth Congress. Is there a speaker? I have Tenzin Norden here. Someone from TYC and Shunu organization would like to come and speak now? Okay, looks like she's coming. Here she is. Yes, please. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for gathering here today. So, as we all know, Tibetans are outnumbered in their own country. 157 Tibetans have self-immolated so far, crying for freedom. Political prisoners continue to get tortured for speaking up to practice their religion to their own language in their own country. My name is Tenzin, and I'm a Tibetan in exile who can't go back to her own country. I stand here today representing San Francisco Regional Tibetan Youth Congress, asking International Olympic Committee to live up to their ideals and to ask NBC to stop being part of the bloody game and choose not to broadcast the visuals of this genocide game to be held in Beijing 2022. With United States leading the way, now United Kingdom, Canada, New Zealand, Kosovo, Scotland, and Australia joins in a diplomatic boycott of the Beijing 2022 Winter Games. We applaud and thank these countries for being in the right side of history, for choosing humanity over capitulation to hegemony of Chinese Communist Party. We also thank Enes Kanter for choosing freedom and being the voice for the voiceless. The fundamental principle of Olympic enshrined in the Charter of International Olympic Committee states, the goal of Olympic is to place sport at the service of the harmonious development of humankind, with a view to promoting a peaceful society concerned with the preservation of human dignity. And also, the practice of sports is a human right. Now, in giving the right to host Olympic Games to a country whose government, controlled by the CCP, has done nothing but to abuse the human rights for the last 100 years. IOC is literally throwing its ideal to the dust. IOC Vice President says, we have no ability to go into a country and tell them what to do and what not to do. All we can do is to award the Olympic to a country. We are not asking the IOC to go to China and stop the CCP. We are simply asking the IOC to live up to their ideals. This remark clearly shows IOC has long forgotten the ideals their founders were inspired for. It is time for them to wake up and for them to stop sleeping with the enemy. Why should we boycott the Beijing Olympic 2022? Because it is a genocide game. The CCP is committing crime against humanity, imprisoning millions of Uyghurs and killing thousands of them. CCP continues to imprison, torture, and kill Tibet. Tibetans cannot learn their own language in their own country. In Tibet, it is a criminal offense to carry the picture of our beloved His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Falun Gong practitioners are maimed alive and their organs removed for sale in the highest bidder. Hong Kongers have lost their freedom and is suffering under the draconian rule of the CCP. CCP has proven that the dream of one country, two systems is a lie. CCP intends to invade Taiwan and erode its democratic system. East Turkestan are called the terrorists for seeking freedom to be who they are. CCP wants everything turned into red with only one thought for the party. The whole world is ignorant for the increasing hegemony of CCP and are stuck dumped in the galore of their new red money. That is why we say no to Beijing Olympic 2022. That is why we shout to the world, boycott Beijing Olympic Games 2022. That is why we call upon the world to be not part of this genocide game. Free Tibet, free East Turkestan, free Hong Kong, free China, free Southern Mongolia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. So our goal today at the consulate is to be doing more slogans. We actually got a request asking not to repeat the same speeches from earlier today, so we can carry on with our protest march. John, so they said like to reduce this people are maybe like just one or two final.
I want you to. There's a KCBS radio over there. Okay. Interview that person.
Okay.
Great. Hi. I have next on the list of speakers someone from Students for Hong Kong, but I'm not sure if anyone's here from Students for Hong Kong who would like to speak. We do want to make sure everyone who still wants to speak has a chance to speak, and if not, then I would like to have Uyghur Bay Area come and speak. Would you like to speak now? Okay, great.
Hello. Thank you for being here today. Earlier in NBC office and here in the front of Chinese consulate. And a lot has been done about human rights abuses, the genocides that's happening in East Turkestan. One of the main things that we all need to remember, what we're doing here today is not just showing up and, for the sake of standing up with the solidarity with those who have no voices and who has been suffering in the camp. But what we're here doing today is actually way more significant from what it seems, because we're actually claiming, we're actually telling the entire world what the Chinese Communist Party was doing is actually ripping a humanity off its own 1.5 billion people. That's what they're doing. They're actually brainwashing 1.5 billion Chinese people of their humanity to make them indifferent to this kind of atrocity that's going on around within China. That's what we're essentially what we're here today to say. The danger that a regime can have on its citizens, its voiceless citizens, is far more dangerous than, I would say, all of the people who are suffering here in the world now. I'd like to just kind of end with little numbers where what the Hitler did in 1930s with 80 million Germans. Imagine what Chinese Communist Party can do with 1.5 billion Chinese people brainwashed to a degree that you can create a human atrocity in the name of brainwashing, re-educating, and economic development and get away with it. And that's kind of danger we're talking about here. So I applaud everyone for being here, and we'll keep doing this until the day that the world knows that kind of ideology needs to be stopped. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to interrupt the program now and do some chants. Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet now! Free Tibet now! China! Out of Tibet! China! You say out of Tibet! China! Out of Tibet! China! Out of Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet now! China! Out of Tibet! China! 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 Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong now! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong now! Free East Turkestan! Free East Turkestan! Free East Turkestan! Free East Turkestan now! Free China! Free China! Free China now! Democracy in China! Democracy in China! Democracy in China! Democracy in China now! Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Zhang Yao. Can you please say your name again? I'm sorry.
So my name is Yang Zhao.
Yang Zhao.
Yeah.
Yang Zhao is a doctor, and he had to escape China because he told the truth about COVID.
So first today I'm honored to be here to insult this motherfucker Chinese government. So the first of all, and let's thank the American government because several days ago the American government announced boycott the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. So well done. And speech and go dirty word because we can the motherfucker nasty even Chinese government without using the dirty words. So my name is Yao, and 1 year ago I came to this country, and because I persecution from the motherfucker CCP, after I came here, I found many Chinese guys love Chinese government. The CCP, me, they call me. So it's about events. So the livestock here, China, your country, has done and to the world. So we should take down the CCP and have the dictator of CCP. Free 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 Taiwan. Many political Xu Zhihong release alien talkative and 王毅。今天我很荣幸的站在这里，然后的话代表中国民主党，然后也谢谢方主席给我这个机会去发言。我们今天站在这里的目的是抵制北京冬奥会，另外我们也要坚决的抵制冬奥会，另外也要敦促中国政府释放那些良心犯、政治犯。So thank you everybody. Thank you.
No human rights. No Beijing Olympics. No. No. No rights. No rights. No rights. No rights. Shame on! Shame on! Shame on! Shame on! like to invite Jeff Dong, representing the Vietnamese community.
Thank you so much. My name is Jeff Duan. I'm coming from Vietnamese community in San Jose. I would like to share the hardship with your communities from Tibet, from Hong Kong, and all other countries in South China Sea. Yeah, the difficulty in our country as well under communist government is a part of China communist government as well. We suffering, so same like other country. So we will stand with you guys, and like to invite you to go to human rights tomorrow in San Jose at 10:30, in Santa Clara County at 70 West Heading in San Jose. Thank you.
Down, down, CCB.
Down, down, CCP. China lying people. Human rights. Human rights. Human rights. Human rights for God. Human rights. Genocide. China lying people die. China lying people die.
No way!
No game.
No way! Boycott! 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 IOC, do the right thing! IOC, do the right thing! Wake up! Wake up! Shame on! Shame on! China, China, China! Bad, bad, bad! Who is the killer? China is guilty! China is guilty! What we want? What we want? CCP!
Who else can speak to KCB?
No way!
Who else we can ask?
Shame on!
I want somebody else.
Give me the mic.
Because I need to go talk.
NBC!
It's over.
NBC!
We need to some kind of ending ceremony.
No, you wrap it up.
Okay, I thought I would do that after the interview. So maybe just keep this going for another 5 or 10 minutes.
China right!
People die.
China right!
People die.
Who is the killer? Who is the killer? Free Tibet!
Okay.
Free Hong Kong! Free US! Free Taiwan!
No more speeches. We are done.
Pakistan!
We are done. Because
Mongolia!
we don't want to do the same speeches again because people get tired. So we just do slogans until we are done. So it's 3 o'clock just now. So maybe we'll end in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
And then think about it. I have to go to the airport, fly home now. Right? I flew in this morning.
So you're going back to LA this evening? What?
Huh?
I mean, you're going back to LA
Yeah, this morning I
evening.
came, I did the event, now I fly back.
That's really exhausting.
You know, this is my voluntary work. I work for an investment bank. Yeah, I'm a vice president at an investment bank, and it's called the Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group. It's a 5th largest bank in the world. it's the main corporate headquarters is in Japan. So I do this, my volunteer.
Okay, got it.
I fly, I spend my own money.
We're going to do a group photo. So okay, who's going to take the photo? Can I give my phone to somebody? Do you mind if I give you my phone? Sure. Thank you. All right. Let me squeeze in here if that's all right. Okay, if we can just squeeze a little closer so we can take a good picture, that'll be great. Thank you.
Ready?
Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you. That's yours. And someone had mine. Okay. Great, thank you.
John, you want to give a phone to him?
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay.
Anybody want a phone? Give it to him.
Okay, one more.
Who is next?
Okay, everybody say, Free Tibet!
Free Tibet!
Free China!
Free China!
Free Taiwan!
Free Taiwan!
Free East Turkestan!
Free East Turkestan!
Free in Mongolia!
Free Mongolia!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this pretty much is going to round up. I'm going to say a few more prayers. But before we leave, I want everyone to remember that we're not done here today. You know, China still needs to get free. And so, more February 4th is important day. It's the start of the Olympics. And also in January 4th is an International Day of Action for the Olympics as well. So while the media spotlight is on China during this Olympic time, let's step up the plate again. Let's come back out in January. Let's come back out in February. And tell CCP no Olympic Games. Yes, so now I'm going to ask Timpa Jamila to help us in the closing prayers.
Chanjo semjo rimbo che mage pana ke guruji kewa nyamba meba ya kondo pebara chanjo semjo rimbo che mage pana ke guruji ke nyamba meba ya kondo pebara chanjo semjo rimbo che mage pana kewa nyamba meba ya kondo pebara sho kangri rabe kowe shingam penda dewa male Chere sewa tenzin jaso ye shabe side bado de kangri ra kowe shingam so penda dewa ma 세와 땡땡 가서 샤베 시대 봐도 강리라베 꼬베 신간소 펜단 대화 말레주베 제레세와 땡땡 가서 샤베 시대 봐도 땡규 땅아라서 배바 상마에 매구지 가진 알아서 뜻들이 진짜 입에 그때 디보도 군주 공경 올림픽 소리고 그러고 디당 알아서 상명이 대리 두주 쪽에 있는 소수 니만 레레레 가 쪼쪼 지나면도 알아서 밑에 되어 알아서 마시나 나도 가가 대대는 어디 개미 라브 데마차그다 쉬고 상명이 하루 버는 낭쇼 디당 나도 니만 니식 딱 하다를 텐숨 시에 가져 소소소 라면 돈에 가져 지투도 오늘 벽 나라서 벽을 예배 펴봐 오늘 지난다다 대산배 담다하게 와 말에 딘데 그 뒤줄 때는 나라서 딱 콘조기 길에 시제 오늘 이 변화랑도 취미 디가 수사버리 딱 나라서 두 대배이나 아싱예 내 용사마데 삼제 샘슈랑기 딱 지나모도 두주 쪽은 지규를 안에 모두 근데 대비는 개미기 랍교디 대마차냥 거다 주말 랍교디게 대서 상매기 냠루 동생 냠게게 돈에 강도 지도 나로나 백갈로 야와르 뭐지 꾸지 들어 담으쇼 벽에 담으쇼 벽에 가벼운데 디기 요마쇼 디기 요마쇼 야오르 비자 꾸지 들어왔다 마쇼 갤로스
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out here today.